AD carries. You'd expect TT to maybe just answer with the Jinx, but of course we do have all the fun counter picks that are able to come out. The Tristanas, the Samiras, the Kaisas, the Dravens. We're going to see where Puff wants to stand with that, but TT just wanting to go towards both of their solo laners. UCal getting onto the Ryze and knew this time will get his hands onto that Gwen.
And at least this time we know where the Ryze is going to go from the get-go, so no mysteries hidden in TT's draft on V5. Hey, let's get a ball delivery composition and one that likes to go fast.
And you know the second the enemy picks Ryze, that rookie going to angle for this option, especially with the already banned away, unlike last game. So getting the rookie special, his best champion, maybe best Orianna in the world, probably the best Orianna in the world. I'll say it, even though I don't follow other regions. But like you said, ball deliveries there, the aggression able to come out from the side of Victory 5, and now TT not going to go for any of those more aggressive counter picks in the bottom lane, wanting to ensure that they have this late game scaling option in AD carry. I think when you are playing, again, from the position of being the worst team, this makes a lot of sense. It opens up that if V5 does make mistakes, you have a very easy window to find those resets, take over a team fight, and just take the game for the side of Thunder Talk.
So may we return to support pools? Because you got me excited talking about SouthWind. His uniques are things like 2 games on the Blitzcrank this split. We've seen 3 games of the Yuumi, which should burn, honestly. 1 game of the Taric there, a Lux game as well. On the other side, ppgod, the Rel, the Lux, the Yuumi too. He's played a couple of games of the Karma. These supports, it makes sense why Renata's just been banned away, because they have so many different flavors that I feel like with a couple of support bans off, we're going to see a game 2 with those same flavors shown up.
I'm surprised that TT actually commit both their bans to topside. I was wondering if they would ban away one of the supports, Leona or Nautilus, and just pick up the other for themselves. Sure, there would still be things like the Rakan and so on left open, but I feel like when you see V5's comp and ppgod, he's going to be angling for that Nautilus. Another mage support taken off the board for the side of TT. I would kind of expect just the standard Leona Nautilus trade to come out from both these teams. I think the more interesting thing is seeing where Chieftain goes with his jungle pick. Just go straight back towards that Lee Sin.
Okay. So what you're telling me in the nicest possible way without crushing me is that it's just going to be a normal support game. Leona,
yes.
Nautilus. I got excited about Blitzcrank. Hey, Rakan. Still a lot of fun.
Still a normal support.
Yeah, normal, but not Leona. Nautilus is always pretty exciting. And now ppgod's been really good with these supplementary engages. Would you call Tom Ketch supplementary engage to a comp?
I mean, I think he fits that window with the Abyssal Dive. I wasn't going to fall for the Rakan. For ppgod, he has kind of followed the ways of Ming this split, of just pretty much getting his hands on Nautilus every time he could. He also does have that Thresh. And now for TT, we kind of hit on the Leona. Alistar would be a bit of an interesting one. Being able to just push Zeri away from the fight is something we've seen as one of the kind of pseudo answers into her. Of course, we'll give him a weak early start to the lane, but
can't milk those.
We'll be able to do his job in the team fight.
Okay, so we get SouthWind on at least something a little bit different. In my support argument, it rounds out nicely. Lyric, I see standard comps. I see a lot of team fighting potential. Run me through some of the similarities and then where we start veering off.
I mean, I think similarities is kind of what you hit on. I think both these comps have very strong 5v5. I think both look like they want to be taking this front to back if we do get in front of those neutral objectives. Of course, having the range advantage with the Jinx, you have a ton of peel coming in with the Gwen and the Alistar as well for the side of V5. Having the same options, but having better access to the backline with the Hecarim. The big difference, I think, is going to come from the fact that TT have the option to play a bit more aggressive come early mid-game, right? Having the Ryze Lee Sin compared to Orianna Hecarim on the opposite side, which just won't have the same oomph in terms of the damage it's able to put out in some of these early skirmishes.
Well, at the very least, seeing UCal and Chieftain play together as this duo is going to be something we keep our eyes towards in a very valiant way. TT, I feel like the strength in their summer split, as they're already out of playoffs, will be looking towards this duo. So I like that you talk about the level 6 point, what UCal can do and get this game rolling for TT. On the other side for V5, wow. It's been a long couple of weeks, apparently. Lyric.
You did Cast 3 series yesterday.
It was a big one. It was a big one. And it was a day of upsets. Have we told you that about 1,000 times? Yes, we have. You know what I said earlier? I was setting us up for V5. Not only is this the second time they're going to be in playoffs, if V5 win this game, they will be locked in for the top 4, folks. They will be a top 4 team guaranteed. They will skip at least 2 series in playoffs, and they will be the highest they've ever been in LPL history. Now, we know that this team, you know, on Twitter, Lyric, they became NIP, but they're still V5. You wish you had the name change for this split, because this is the best split I've ever seen of V5, and you're a V5 connoisseur.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, the jersey is just waiting to be whipped out, kind of saving that one for playoffs to show the massive bias and upset as many people as possible. But not here today. Here today, where we want to see what Thunder Talk can do. They might be down and out, but they're not down and out in this game. And they've shown some fun. We saw, again, game 1, the Ryze top was really cool. This game, Ryze going back to mid. You have the Ryze Lee Sin, a lot of lockdown, even just hovering towards that mid lane. You have, I think, a very strong option to set up dives once we do start hitting around, especially the 6 mark, even a bit earlier on, since you have the Alistar. Of course, very good at starting those off, can hold aggro for quite a long time, and then you do have the burst damage. Top lane is kind of one I'm a little bit less excited about just because Gwen Graves, something we've seen, 100 times. I think this matchup will only be impacted depending on, which junglers put their attentions up towards there. We can see Chieftain is the one pathing up there early on, so you'd expect for TT trying to set New up for success is what New was hitting on in his pregame interview.
Yeah, I mean, New's someone who, again, hasn't really been focused on previous rosters. The RNG roster was a bit of a failure. And as Dredgeline comes into the bottom lane again, SouthWind with a good reaction. ppgod unable to get the auto attack off, but remember, SouthWind has sustain in his kit, folks, so trade won't mean anything for now. It is a battle for level 2, and it looks like V5 are going to get it first. TT sticking around. They match, and nothing happens. That's exciting, Lyric. We both just handshake.
I do got to say, though, from that trade earlier on, they did force SouthWind. Oh, speaking of SouthWind.
Okay, I was going to say, he's got sustain. It doesn't matter. There's an Ignite ticking down, though. And Photic with Flash is threatening the idea. SouthWind, he's outie, and he's got no summoners this early on.
No, Chieftain, though, going to try and take advantage, find a cheeky Ganth pack.
Okay, well, the Sonic Wave has to connect. Level 2 still on the bottom lane duo. They want SouthWind. They're hungry for him, but as Chieftain walks on in, it's a bit of an uh-oh moment, but Sonic Wave doesn't connect. Tempest into cripple. Photic will just kite this one back, or at least forward, and TT get nothing as a response. It is still advantage V5's bottom lane.
Even just the tempo missed, because look at the minimap. Chieftain full cleared his bot side jungle, gonna have to make his way towards his top side camps now, compared to Xiaolongbao on the opposite side, who is now finished full clearing his jungle.
Wow.
So we'll have a lot of time on the map where he's just outright ahead of Chieftain. You'll assume no matter what play he looks for now, he's going to get his reset off first, come out with items first, so any types of skirmishes that come out to be 2v2s, Victory 5 will be favored. But for now, both junglers just going to be going towards these Scuttle Crabs, so, we're going to be seeing what Xiaolongbao can do with that advantage. Now that he's going for that reset, he will come back onto the map
That's
first.
a good point to pull out. The CS lead huge. That is massive, and I wouldn't seem to think and look that Chieftain hitting the bottom lane, failing, cost them so much. Top side now starting to be cleared away, but Xiaolongbao just gets his back. He's got the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. 28 CS to 20. Camps respawning. Mid lane seems to be a little bit enticing. Rookie's getting some good trade-offs here. ppgod's moving in. Dredgeline at the ready, but the minions stand in the way. But look, on the other side, they're about to be sandwiched in. Yucal now not happy where he is. He won't burn the flash. He knows. He's first blood over to Rookie.
And for Xiaolongbao, going to keep getting more damage onto Chieftain. Chieftain does flash.
Yeah, flash away, and that's what you call a jungle lead. Now extending into a double red camp Lyric.
Yeah, I mean, Chieftain never cleared this, right? He did his Raptors, instantly pivoted for that mid gank, wanted to try and find something, and now, I mean, Chieftain feels like he's just being shut out of this game. You're winning up in the top side. Rookie with the play that just happened mid crashed a huge wave, and he has a CS advantage, and we're not even 5 minutes in, and it's already starting to have glimmers of last game with V5 just controlling every lane on the map.
I mean, Krug's taken as well. You can see that Chieftain has the bottom side now under his wing, but the problem is Xiaolongbao, as he clears this, threatens New without needlework. Rich has a lot of wave clear here. Both summoners up and available, but New without a flash. We'll see what happens because he is backing and being uncontested for now. Teleport available to use as well, so It ends up being nothing, but Lyric, the CS lead, keeps getting bigger. Chieftain now spotted on a ward as he tries to take away the Raptor camp and get closer to getting back in this game, but ppgod's not going to let him.
Yeah, V5 know this is happening, right? So we see him roaming over. Rookie, of course, can get here first, but SouthWind being called over, helping, anticipating that V5 will move.
But is Chieftain still going to get Dredgeline? Yes, he is. He's safeguarded there. Shockwave is available. Ignite down, and the ppgod strikes first.
Yeah, ppgod and Rookie showing that synergy, taking him out. And Chieftain's just not getting a break. The gold lead, like we said, kind of skyrocketing in favor of Xiaolongbao. And the big reason this matters is ppgod might be caught out.
And he might have to make a turn. He flashes away towards Rookie. Now, Shockwave was just burnt as UCal has a realm warp if he wants to follow that extra piece of distance, but Rookie helps out. ppgod burns a summoner, but remember still, V5 are up almost 2,000 gold at 6 minutes in the game, and Lyrica comes back to what we were talking about. Aggression's there as TT are going to try and make their own play, but Xiaolongbao off on the wing, interrupted through the wall. Photic flashes away, but he's been ignited down. UCal with the burn damage, flashing forward is Puff, who gets excited. Meanwhile, up in the top side, new solo kills Rich. Okay, TT, I see you.
Yeah, TT finding their windows. Nice punish on bot side, committing UCal to start moving first when Rookie answered back after the kill to try and push in his wave. And I assume we're going to get, the replay of the solo kill on top side. I mean, gets the full stack snip through, lands that damage, follows up with the needlework to get the slow Conqueror stacked up. And, New just landing everything really nice. Rich not able to sidestep either of those snips with his E. Did E reactively after that first Q damage came off, so just nice outplay coming out from New in terms of the 1v1.
You had a story about New, Lyric. You're mentioning some nice little narrative points through. New versus the solo kill king, taking one of his own. I feel like it's a big deal with TT. Have just been bullied throughout the first 5 minutes of this game. That's something that they can hold strong to in this early game.
And I mean, look at how this has gone. I mean, Xiaolongbao level 6, Chieftain only level 5, so Chieftain having to be very careful. His laner's going to have to cater to him a little bit if he wants to have any opportunities in this game. And, luckily, V5 not going to find them. Xiaolongbao not wanting to go too aggressively in that moment. I think it's because SouthWind was not showing on the wave bot compared to where you look at where ppgod standing next to Photic that whole time. So no over-aggression coming out. Herald going to be up in 10 seconds. Rich has had Prio on this top side the whole time. V5's bot lane even pushing out first opens up for V5 to move up for this Herald.
For now, it looks like Chieftain not going towards it. He says, I'll trade the dragon instead. The level down leaps in. He's going to make sure that TT don't go out of this empty-handed. Still down about 10 CS here in the jungle, folks. Keep an eye on his camps as well. Only the Krug camp that spawned, and his time is kind of all over the place. But at the very least, getting the dragon here. He has smite, don't worry. And there's still going to be some gold in his back pocket with some much-needed experience while Xiaolongbao trades the Herald for the winning early game comp.
And it looks like V5 maybe going to try and set up a gank on mid. Xiaolongbao just waiting in the wings for now.
Shockwave time. Okay, run him over, boys. UCal about to get spun to death. Helicopter, the kick away. Xiaolongbao still gets him. And now with the onslaught of shadows, you're not getting out either. I don't know what they expected, Lyric. And Rookie surviving thanks to Pots. Puff bringing a close shot. But Xiaolongbao's a horse who is absolutely amazing.
Really great of him to bring that advantage he found in the early game and bring that into the mid play. Also of him holding on to his ultimate when he didn't need it, had it then available for when Chieftain was trying to escape. So just really nicely played by Xiaolongbao with the patience. Is we're to get replay of see how it's done. I love how Rookie doesn't wait for Xiaolongbao to start it up. He pops the ulti, no reaction coming out from Rich in terms of flashes. And again, look, he's holding on to his ultimate, doesn't go for it, knows the damage, has the E and W already proc. And then once Realm Warp comes out, he's able to follow through with the fear to set up for the damage to come out from Rookie.
2-0 now. Lyric, he's 2-0. He already had a lead in the jungle. And just when you think TT gets something back in this game, V5 pull it back in. This is huge. A 10 CS lead through mid, a kill now given over to Rookie. He has Herald on his jungler, and V5 is searching out for blood. Lyric, where do you put this, and how do V5 keep rampaging?
For V5, I think the fact that they've already gotten that plate down in mid just kind of cements it. They'll probably go for this. They've had pressure in bots, so they can pretty much roam ppgod up at any time, even bringing Rich down. because despite Rich being down in terms of CS, he has been able to maintain the push. Is new.
Oh, we're doing it again. The Nidoqueen coming through, and for New, all he needs is a couple more snips. Very cute indeed. New 2 and 0, and that's how you play Gwen.
And right, I mean, this other matchup, Graves looking to push in these waves. New punishing the extension coming out from Rich. And again, a lot of it's coming down to him being able to land those fully stacked Qs. Needlework coming through. E not being able to dodge out. Still doesn't have the flash up, so isn't able to get that. So that feels like it's going to be TT's saving grace, is trying to find those kills on top side.
And Gwen carries games. Like, let's be realistic. Despite TT being down in gold, Gwen can carry games of League of Legends. So I feel like it's worth mentioning that at least they have something this time, Lyric, because last game, there wasn't really a lane that they could lean on.
No, and now I'd like to see Chieftain play towards this one.
He gets knocked back, though. Shallombao has the Onslaught of Shadows flushed away by Chieftain. Now deep at SouthWind with the Unbreakable Will. Has to get out, but there's enough damage from V5. Dredgeline flashed, however, might make the difference, but Rookie with the Shockwave is the finishing touch. Puff off on the wing. He can't help out the rest of TT, and V5, doesn't matter how deep they go, they search for the blood until it's secured.
And it opens up for the Rift Herald play to come out from mid that we were expecting. They will be able to take this turret. It's going to open up both quadrants of the enemy jungle for Vision to be able to come through. So V5 going to be able to keep forcing the aggressive plays that we know them for. Like I was saying before, I just want to see ppgod.
Okay, well, there's Dredgeline behind a turret that's not going to exist. Depth charge as well. Puff and Nuke, they're so deep here. When ppgod tanks up the rest, it doesn't matter because V5 are now healthy enough to continue at their best. Shallombao forward he goes, and Photic, still he has to crash down. Up and available. It's just expired, actually, so he's backing. And TT lose a member, and they lose a turret as well. Gold continues to pivot.
V5 continuing the lead. And I think for the side of TT, you pretty much have to commit Chieftain full time to playing around New in the top side, giving him vision leaning, maybe, you know, starting to look for some dives, just all in on this, because it feels like the opposite side of the map is at a point where covering feels so hard, especially with the mid lane turret down now for V5, and they can start just roaming as a 4-man. So we're going to get a replay here. Chieftain trying to escape, commits W, has to commit the flash. SouthWind even coming in to save him. They almost get out as he does flash the dredge line, but then a Rookie utilizing the shockwave to finish that one up. And here, I mean, heck, V5 still wanting to push in aggressively. I don't think they have knowledge of where Chieftain was since he didn't show an award, but they still have confidence with 4 members strong, even with no ultimate on Rookie or Shallombao, that they'd have the damage to follow through with this dive.
Photic starting to do a lot of damage here, even without the Trinity Force fully complete. There's a Kraken here for Puff, but Photic in melee range is a threat to be reckoned with. 3-0-3 on Rookie, though. He's the person I should be talking about. He's got a Luden's Lyric, and we've got a jungler who's about to run people over with chem tanks. So Mythic's starting to come out, a lot of damage starting to come out. And even though we highlighted how New could bring this back for TT, it's just all the other lanes that are getting worse and worse every minute we play out. Now, this is an engage from SouthWind, but I would be scared. Shallombao has Onslaught of Shadows, Photic on an angle. He might have to get out as New comes on in. The Shockwave is a one-man. The Death Rocket, hang on a minute. Maybe Gwen can carry games. Cute, deadly, the whole package, Lyric. New trying to take us to 3.
And V5 didn't expect that coming through. I don't know if it was, you know, communication coming out from Rich or what, or they just thought, hey, we'd be fine pivoting back towards the mid lane, because New didn't even commit a TP to look to make that play, just walking down all the way from top, and 3-0-1 on the Gwen at this point. He has a level advantage over the Graves. No one going to be able to match him in sides. And for TT, that's an area of strength you can really lean on, is the strength you have in your side lanes. Rookie not going to be as comfortable going to answer, which kind of leads me to wondering if V5 would opt into putting Photic in a side lane. Doesn't look like they will. I've seen it a few times where teams put Zeri in side lane just because you can very easily pivot between a side back to mid with, you know, your ability to traverse terrain. As we see here, TT started this one off. The big game changer was New roaming down from top side.
Nice little W. Really nice little W. Gwen is fill in the blank. What is Gwen? A, immune.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's difficult. B, cute.
Absolutely busted. Premiering in season 2 of Arcane.
Yes. Gwen somehow, she's doing work for Jinx. She made Jinx's new outfit.
It could be.
He is the seamstress.
Yeah, you know, I actually didn't read the lore of Gwen or where she's from, so...
Apparently she's a doll. I don't know. I called Gwen an animal last night. I think I got someone angry on Reddit saying, Gwen's not an animal. Gwen is a doll. And I'm sorry to that person. But to be fair, Gwen in solo queue and in League of Legends right now, Gwen acts like an animal. This 301 animal is almost towards Nash's as well. So I'm kind of excited to see if New can carry this game because the early game looked doomed. Chieftain looked like he wasn't able to play it. He was down so much CS, but now it feels like because of these last couple of plays, Chieftain's been able to catch up. And he's actually going to get to play Lyric.
Chieftain, I mean, he's going to have his role to play in team fights, sort of trying to find access onto the Zeri with the kick. And I think another important aspect of TT's comp is just Puff being allowed to free farm, being able to get into this game, and, you know, he's going to have a massive impact in these fights with his front line being so big. So that's why at the start of the day we were saying, hey, I think if you're, you know, a top team playing against a bottom team, you just always ban away this champion.
Depth charge, flash away from. There's the TP on the side. That's the raid boss. The SouthWind with the great knock-up. The death rocket as well. News coming in with the needlework once again. Look at this Gwen. ppgod going golden. And it's about Rookie Shockwave now as he gets the final needlework but doesn't get the kill. News without his teammates. And TT have just been blown up at their chances. Running forward again. The Shockwave pulls them back in. Where do you think you're going? Rookie says stay for a while.
And Rookie, once again, having one of these monstrous splits, is able to make it happen. Goes down. Doesn't matter. You helped your team pick up 3 kills. And for the side of TT, it looked like it was starting to come back together. They still have 2 Drake's Gold's not that bad, but we see the fight coming here as ppgod's the one to aggressively start it off with the ultimate, forcing the flash out from Puff. And then instantly the Gwen comes in. SouthWind follows up with the engage. They get some nice damage off, but critically not able to finish off Xiaolongbao, able to get away. I'm a bit surprised we didn't see the Realm Warp come out from Yucal, so he could be off-putting some damage here as well, as the fear does lean into making sure the Gwen goes down. And like you said, Rookie here, the big playmaker with that shockwave, to pull 2 members into the massive damage coming out from Rich and Photic.
How did he? Oh no! I was like, how did Rookie die? Was it a Sonic Wave? That's a double turret shot. No! Oh, it was such a good play, and Rookie changed the R at the start of his name just to finish it off.
Ooh, those SouthWinds.
Okay, it's a dive.
Looks like they're going to punish Rich.
It's a dive, and there's going to be Yucal teleporting in. SouthWind wants a headbutt pulverize. Realm Warp used as well to get behind him. 4 members against Rich. It ain't a hull breaker Graves, but he's acting like it. There's 4 members of TT now under the turret. They're chasing him. Better yakety sacks for our game too. The death cask, the rocket out of his pocket. And Chieftain finally helps get it. While V5, they're going to be trading this turret after so much time was burnt.
Also, credit to Rich. He cleared out the whole wave, right? Yeah. Throughout the queue, got off the collateral damage as well. So it even makes TT spend more time to being able to take this top lane turret. And now V5 going to be able to guarantee a second charge. Also pushing in the mid wave, so Puff not going to be able to come answer, not wanting to lose that golden experience.
And the turret's just going to drop down. Photic makes sure of it. So the gold trade goes back to V5, and Rich is laughing from beyond the grave. Yucal so slow at pushing this one, Lyric, and remember, we have Dragon in about 20 seconds too, so V5 are on the right side of the map.
Rich heading back up towards top side. Yucal doesn't have
Realm
Warp or the ultimate.
Well, SouthWind's going to be rooted now. Xiaolongbao, he's decided he's going to be having beef tonight, and they're going to marinate it in whatever Orianna's ball has in store.
You know, you should know. You know, you and Orianna have a special bond that we talked about on broadcast before, but it's been a while.
I threw her on the arm, quite literally.
You did throw her on the arm.
I decided League of Legends has given me so much. Probably not solo queue, but the competitive game has definitely given me something. And I decided.
Here's a question.
To throw it on.
So you have the Orianna tattoo.
Yeah.
Let's say you ever met Rookie. Would you put Rookie's signature on your arm under the Orianna?
I don't know. He'd have to let me play as like his jungle or AD carry. He'd have to let me play a game, then probably yes.
I feel like you'd have to do it. I feel like that'd be You'd have rookies Orianna on your arm. Is TT being a little bit cheeky?
ppgod thinks he's the one starting this, but TT are lying in wait for him. But Xiaolongbao, that onslaught of shadows sends them apart. Here's Gwen though, and as you continues being immune, Photic's blown up. The needlework doesn't even need to come through. Rich was slow to the play, and for TT, a bit of a how you going.
Yeah, TT. I mean, heck, like you said, that invulnerability coming out from New, knowing no one able to walk in and get the damage done, allows him to get off enough to where TT are able to answer with the kill. Because it looked like that play could have been massive 4v5 with the onslaught of shadows coming out from Xiaolongbao. But still, V5 are going to be able to press forward, get deep vision in the enemy jungle. They stole away a Raptor camp as well, so you have vision for Baron. You've denied some gold from the enemy team, so at least nice pivot by them to get a little bit more. As we'll see the replay here. Like you said, ppgod thought he was starting off, but TT were waiting in the wings. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter though, because Xiaolongbao here, Onslaught of Shadows, was huge. Fearing Puff and Sheep did not let them get the damage down, but New gets in here. You can see Rookie, Xiaolongbao, these guys not able to get the damage off. And once again, the needlework just doing so much. Heck, the needlework's done so much. I think that's even the reason why we've seen Rich pivot into the boots of swiftness for the 25% slow resist.
I didn't even notice that. Good little call. So yeah, swiftness not something we see really all that much, but New being such a threat makes perfect sense. And I want to point out in that last fight and previous fights we've seen, Lyric, is hello, what's going on here? Gromp, collateral damage for Gromp. I would do the same. Very fair. Rich doesn't have much of a cooldown on it anyway. I was going to point out that, Lyric, we haven't seen the Hecarim Orianna combo just yet. It's been one after the other or one before the other. And I want to see V5 partner up again with their mid jungle, which has been insane when it's been Casa, this time with Xiaolongbao debuting.
Yeah, and TT once again kind of setting up for the same play, but like you said, the mid jungle, I don't even think it's anything synergy-wise. I just love how Rookie doesn't wait for, like, he's not relying on you to set him up for the opportunity. Also he knows he can find the opportunity himself. And heck, even a lot of his shockwaves, right, have started off the fights, or started off the picks coming out for them.
Good dredge line once again. ppgod playing wanted, apparently. Here's a realm of those down from the UCal. Coming in with the shockwave. Lies in wait now for Rookie. He's in a bad position, but he flashes over the wall and SouthWind's baited in. There we go. The crash down again from Photic, and he's supercharged. Now in a great spot, as so is Puff. He's got the range, but look at this Zeri go. Photic running forward. ppgod landing the hooks. This is Victory 5 fully charged.
And Victory 5 able to dance around that fight so well, buys time for the Gwen W to expire, and then for the Zeri to get in there and do all the damage. Now we are moving over to the Baron. Baron, 7k gold lead. V5 once again in control. It's been a little bit messier this time around. TT have definitely shown signs of life. But in the end, V5 are still the first place team.
Dude, more P's in the bottom lane. That's the difference here. I don't know how these hooks are connecting, but ppgod is curling this anchor.
But for TT, right, it looked like they'd have an avenue with numbers advantage. Puff, though, sadly not in here. Chieftain as well. But New and UCal got in here first, but SouthWind, without the follow-up, just gets blown up. And I think critically, again, New kind of forced between so many different targets. Photic and Rookie nowhere near. By the time they get into the fight, the Gwen W is already down. So you're able to start getting that damage off. And like you said, I mean, ppgod just ain't missing with these dredge lines.
Oh, you gotta love lollipops, especially in competitive play. Dredge line's still one of the funniest in the game. I think we saw a crazy Zenith blade the other day that pretty much hit Antarctica when it was, you know, aiming for Australia. So it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. So some of the hitboxes are. That sentiment describes what they are, but kind of taking a look at items, right? Rookie now being on 3 items, Void Staff picked up, so going to be able to try and deal a nice bit of damage. UCal and other members kind of stacking armor, considering Rookie is at only AP damage, which means, you know, he's only going to hit harder against this squad. V5 now have the spot wave. New trying to answer in the top side of the map.
Yeah, but V5 are not going to slow down now. New's backing away. But Inhibitor's going to be opened up. The minion wave pushing up in that top side. But V5 are moving to yet another turret. Inhibitor blown wide open. V5 split, but still feeling comfortable. And Photic a little bit away from being able to push yet another Inhibitor down. V5's Baron Lyric, another minute 15 to go. And it feels like it is going to be a pretty deadly one for TD to try and defend.
And I mean, especially now that they've got an inhibitor, they're going to get this dragon off display as well. They can keep playing around 2 lanes, play through top and mid, try and guarantee, that top inner turret, push that in, then pivot towards the mid, try and open up this inhibitor as well, to where now New shouldn't have anywhere near as much threat with having to deal these supers down in bot side. You do now have objective bounties up, so maybe New can split push and get them more gold.
Uh-oh.
But...
Trying to charge away. Lyric, this game, I'm going to make a wild call. It's going to end in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
28:30.
Yeah. You know why?
I'll give it a bit longer. But yeah, tell me why.
Because this is Chieftain going in, and Xiaolongbao is edging for an engage. With 15 seconds left of Baron, I'm telling you the next 3 minutes. Because if Xiaolongbao goes in, then Rookie's ulti with 3 items is going to tear them apart. Now, New is once again on the side lane. He's teleport almost up, but V5 using the remnants of this Baron to get this final push into the top side and crack the base from a different angle.
So here's what'll actually happen is they won't be able to find the engage, right? They're going to push in this wave. I don't really think they will go for an aggressive dive, considering that they are up against things like an Alistar. Heck, Ryze can lock them down. Chieftain has the kick. But Puff backing away, looks like to maybe buy.
Yeah.
No, doesn't even get anything.
An aggressive dive with an Alistar. Well, New's taken a little journey. Now, New, will he regret it? Not against Rich, that's for sure. The rest of V5 posturing in case they have to move. And the wave's being cleared out. The turret's so low. We're still waiting for Rookie. We got another couple of minutes before I become correct, Lyric. And as this next wave comes in, we'll have to see.
I mean, TT so far, having to respect that Orianna ball, Rookie putting a lot of pressure on them from being able to walk up and clear the wave. And heck, again, they're playing around the two lane setup, right? Rich as well, pushing in mid. Now they can wait for the next wave, pivot together, and they should be able to guarantee this one as well.
Oh, New is here to defend, though, for the time being. Stepping up to the turret is another thing, as TT are over the wall waiting. No one willing to play over-aggressive here for V5. And Lyric, I guess you're right again. A heal was used by Yukao. Don't get scared. He has unsealed Spellbook.
But you have a minute and 10 seconds. A minute, 10 seconds.
Okay, so Xiaolongbao is going to set up the ulti. ppgod going to get a crazy hook. We're looking at mid-wave channeling in, and Lyric, this is the play.
Okay, here it is. Okay, Xiaolongbao, charge up the E.
Okay, now he's disappeared. New is actually spotted out as well. He's taking a Hex Gate. V5 are playing safe. Come on, what is this?
I think V5 kind of, making the right decision by not just running head first. And maybe they could win the fight. If they do charge head first in and they just run it down, solid chance they come out ahead with the gold advantage translating into items that they have over the opposing side. But, I mean, they have an inhibitor down in bot side. They now have both other inhibitors open. I think for V5, you can just look to reset, spend some of the money that you've picked up, and start syncing up some of these waves to make those pushes once again.
So while I'm wrong, I want to come back to what this game really means. If you're just tuning in and you're wondering, hey, it's V5 versus TT, this doesn't matter. I think you need to go into the kitchen, get a spoon, open your tin of Vegemite, and have a spoonful of yourself and remind yourself why you should be here. Because V5 with this win, lock in top 4. They're already in playoffs. They lock in top 4, and then they have a 2-series lead over any other team in the LPL. This would definitively tell you that V5 are ready to be the best team in the LPL and potential MSI representatives skipping all the way to top 4. That would be huge, Lyric. That would be in the highest standing they've ever made. With a roster that we thought would take about a split to come together, it's been massive. And here in this final game, okay, New is not going to find him. It's a big deal, is what I'm trying to say.
Also, with V5 in the 2-series lead, after this series, you only have 2 series left. So at worst, then you're getting down to things like game difference and head-to-head. But I guess we got to go back to the action because V5 trying to find the fight. They have supers in bot that will be chunking at the base.
They will. I mean, they're already at the Nexus turret. SouthWind walking in, Dredge line gives him ease of access. Chieftain low, Shockwave flashed away from by Puff, but it hits Yukao. Even at half HP, the tank rises, depth charge hits the backline. Chieftain way too deep for his own good. Xiaolongbao protecting the army, and New trying to come in. Rich blows him up though, and the rest of V5 charge forward. Hail the new kings as Photic makes short work of the 80 carries in our LPL pool.
And V5 gonna be able to push in, actually show us what a top team playing against the bottom team should look like, completely decimating the series.
No upsets here today. They're going to lock in top 4 in the LPL, hold the margin of first by a massive distance. Victory 5, version 5 of the roster. This is a team that is heading towards the top, trying to get towards MSI.
And at worst now, again, in terms of series, they can only be tied. No, other teams cannot surpass them in terms of series score, considering they have that 2 series loss lead, and they only have 2 series left to play. So nice for V5 that their fate is in their own hands. Their schedule relatively easy. They're playing AL and FPL